I personally go shopping. My true summer color references, no matter which ones I'm using, are central in my mind as I go about my shopping experience. And in my true summer color reference, there's a color dimensions section that says blue undertone, meaning cool undertone, low intensity. Another word for that is soft or muted. And then there's some descriptive words, smoky, dusty, powdered, and the value range is pastels to deep. Every one of my color analysis clients leave a color analysis with some sort of section in their references saying what the color dimensions are. These words capture the essence of the palette and sort of the things to keep in mind as you go about your shopping experience when you're shopping for your colors. Here's an example of a true summer blue. So this would be central in mind as I go about my shopping experiences when shopping, say, for blues. Here's my true summer blue against a true winter blue. Let's pretend as I go through this slideshow that the colors on the right are tops I'm testing out to the true summer color reference. So this one is true winter. It's too dark and bright. It's out of harmony. Here's a true spring blue. It's lighter and brighter. There's a lack of harmony. True autumn blue. It's darker and more earthier, I find, but there's no match. Like, it's very obvious that it's darker and it's not so smoky that I'm looking for. And again, this column is sort of the top I'm testing out with my true summer reference. Now here's a look at true summer blue versus the bright palette. So this could be bright winter, bright spring. This is too bright. It's lack of harmony. It's not smoky or pastel-y. There's the blue against the muted palette. This could be muted autumn, muted summer. It's too dark and more earthy. There's a lack of harmony. Notice I'm not thinking in my mind, is this a cool or warm blue? I'm literally just focusing on the value and intensity. I find looking at blues on their own against the palette and sort of saying, is this warm or cool, is common thing that people think about and that I actually don't personally think about as I shop. I focus on the value and intensity. So this is a neutral blue in technicality. My mind's not on that. I'm just looking at the harmony. Through summer versus the deep palette, so deep winter, deep autumn, it's too dark. It's brighter. That's sort of things that come to mind when I look at that. Here's true summer against the warm palette. It's too bright. That's what comes to mind over here. I'm not thinking about, again, if it's warm, cool. I just know that it's too bright and it's off. This one's a bit tougher. Here's true summer versus the cool palette. So cool summer, cool winter. This technically is darker and brighter than this one. But then if I'm actually personally shopping and going around and see this color and compare, I'll go, yeah, it's slightly darker and brighter. Where actually might it make a difference? It might wear me a bit and what have you. I'm not so personally technical when I shop for my color palette. I do want harmonization and what have you. But in this situation, if I truly love the style personally, I probably would get this color. I'm asked a lot anyways about sister palettes. And do I really subscribe to that sort of thing? I personally don't, because do I think all the colors in the cool palette add to my sparkle? Absolutely not. But there's certain colors where I'll go, you know what, it's a close call. I'm not going to be walking down the street and somebody knows I'm a color analysis professional and someone sees me in this and goes, oh, what is she doing? That's just not going to happen. No one's walking around, testing colors against me. And it's, in my opinion, not going to make a huge deal if I'm wearing something a tinge darker and brighter. Now here's true summer versus the light palette, light spring, light summer. Again, I feel the same way about this color. I would probably go buy this. I find sometimes people get so technical about color analysis references, and I don't think anyone's going to notice if I'm wearing this color. But again, would I wear all the colors in the light palette on me? Is this a sister palette? I don't think so, because definitely many of the colors in this palette make me go kind of pasty. So again, I use my True Summer references as the central aspect of my shopping experience and sort of make these one-off decisions as I go. Here's another True Summer blue against the light blue that was previously on the screen, right? So this is a bit more powdery. You can see this is brighter a bit. It brings in some spring qualities. But, you know, would I not buy this blue? I'm not so technical when implementing references. Let's look at this situation. Here's a True Summer blue. Let's say I'm shopping with only this reference, and I come across a top that I absolutely love in this color. I can actually use this blue as the reference. This can be used as a reference for this for sure, because there's harmony. Can you feel that? It's in the same value range, the same color family, like it's powdery, it's the same dustiness. I'll get emails sometimes and say, why is this reference over here and not in here, and what have you? And you know, really color references again are just guides, and I'm gonna tag another video below that really describes you know, how to use a color analysis references and suggests not to be so technical about it. But my main point of this video is really get to know your reference and use that as the central aspect to your shopping experience, and compare all the colors against your reference. Sometimes people rush to go, I can't tell if this is cool or warm. Really, when I personally go shopping, that's the last thing on my mind. I generally just look at the value and intensity first, and that usually can tell you. When I say that, in most cases, if you're getting really technical into color analysis references, then you might want to look at the blues together and go, is this warm or cool and what have you. But again, I find it quite easy just to rule things out, just focusing on the lightness and brightness of the color. I feel like sometimes it's like splitting hairs. Going back to this situation, True Summer versus the light palette, you know, not going with this to me would be like splitting hairs. I think in 16 season color analysis, which is the color palettes that I use, sometimes people are splitting hairs, even going, oh, you gave me the warm palette, but I'm a warm spring. You know, when you look in 16 season color analysis against warm spring colors versus warm autumn, it's not a huge difference. It's like splitting hairs. Let's say you were given a muted summer result in the 16 season color analysis palettes that I use. So a muted wallet would be recommended with a summer add-on card. And so you would use these combined and sort of go, okay, here's the one that's my best, which is muted, but you know what? I can go a bit lighter on there and a bit cooler if I wanted to. This would be True Summer, so I sort of want something between. That's how to use that. I don't want to go exactly here, but this is your best, but you could go a bit lighter, basically. Many of you asked for how to use color reference videos. Hopefully this helps.